Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's been about 3 weeks. So welcome to a new episode of Generation Shock. It sounds like I'm having fun right now because it is, because this is what I love. I miss this. So welcome back.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
That's right. We're back on your screens, if you know what I mean. So we're better than ever. We've been in a hiatus. I was on vacation, which we can talk about, actually.
Yeah, we could talk about that. How'd it go? How was your vacay?
I mean, well, I was still trying to finish the introduction of the show.
Okay.
But thank you anyway. We'll just go ahead and get right on in it. How's everybody doing out there tonight? Oh, my goodness. We're back at it. Oh, this guy already. Yes, sir. Let's go. My boy, Christmas.
What's up, Chris?
Oh, man. He's like, I just about to go to sleep, too. We just kept him up. Uh-oh, Biden. What up, Sam? What up, fam? Hey, Biden, I haven't been ignoring you on the gram. I've just been literally slammed. I will get into all of your topics and discussions that will not be brought on here, but in private, I will get involved in all of that. Don't worry. This guy loves to go in on me about shit, bro. It's so much fun. Honestly, it's like the highlight of my day sometimes. Me and him going back and forth.
Oh, I can see you.
I apologize, Biden. It's just long days, long nights, 12-hour days again. The work is ridiculous.
Bro, it's crazy with all these changes, huh?
Yeah, bro. And I was in Orlando all day yesterday and stuff. It's just...
We was in Nelly's baby shower.
Great time. What'd you think?
Awesome. Yeah, it was actually fun.
I heard...
I didn't participate in the games that you guys did, but it was fun.
Hey, man, you got to be a part of the show. I mean, I had a good time. Felt bad because... never mind. I don't want to say it on the show, actually.
Yeah.
I'll do better time. Anyway, but I will say, dude, that thing was a shit show, though. Not a shit show. But I was laughing because I went there and I told myself, right, because of my vacation, right, I wasn't going to go in. I didn't want to go in heavy. It was going to be a light night. It wasn't going to drink too much. Nothing big. So I got there for the first hour. I didn't drink anything. Had a beer, right, and a shot with a couple friends, and I was keeping it casual. Then some son of a bitch thought it was a good idea to bring out my favorite bottle of liquor. So I walk over there, and all of a sudden I see a bottle of Woodford sitting on the counter. I'm like, this is part of the open bar. This right? I can have that. She's like, yeah, sure, absolutely. I'll take a glass of that on the rocks. Take another glass of that on the rocks. Take another glass of that on the rocks.
And you allowed.
And next thing you know, Drunken Brian came out, which I did not plan. So Nelly, I hope you watch this, you son of a bitch. I apologize. Hopefully, I don't think I was inappropriate. Nothing bad, right?
I don't know. I left a little earlier than you, so.
I was just normal loud Brian. I mean, but everybody's used to that.
You was.
Yeah. But I love everybody. Everybody.
Bro, it was crazy, right? Because I was sitting down drinking and all that, and then Nico came out with the Brugal, and we were just me and him just hitting on it, bro. It got me tipsy, bro. I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, I saw.
Who brings their own bottle of liquor to a open bar though?
Well, because they shut it down. It's a good thing he brought it because they shut it down after a certain amount of time.
You said that, but I kept on drinking until I left.
Well, shit. When I went there, she's like, the bar's closed.
Dude, I got a drink after that.
Yeah. Oh, it's the white privilege, bro.
No, you know what it was?
She told me, she's like, it's closed. If you got to pay for it now. I'm like, okay, do you accept cards? And she's like, no, you got to, but there's an ATM over there.
Maybe that's what it was.
Let me ask you this. Were you tipping her every time you got a drink?
No, but at the end of the night, I gave her a 20.
Okay, see, I wasn't tipping her either, so maybe I was thinking, you know what, this guy's just coming up here to get the drinks.
Well, maybe I was gonna say maybe it's because I threw her a 20. She's like, I got him. I don't give a look.
Yeah, possibly, of course. Yeah. So, anyways, a good thing he did brought it, right? I took a couple of shots of those, right? It was fun. On the way home, I'm like, babe, you have to drive because it just hit me, bro. I'm like, you have to drive. But I usually, before I leave anywhere, I usually use the bathroom, take a leak before I get into the car. Bro, I didn't do that. I just walked out. I told the wife, you drive. She drove. I was like, I gotta go. Halfway there, I gotta go to the bathroom. right now? You can't wait to go home. I go, no, we have to go now. She's like, you fucking kidding me?
Bro, so listen to this. I was supposed to go stay in Kissimmee at a friend's house, right? But on the way to there, because originally I couldn't stay at my dad's house. I was supposed to stay at my dad's house to start with. Then my dad was supposed to have some people over, so the room wasn't going to be available because there's only one spare bedroom. So one of the other kids was supposed to come stay over. So I was like, okay, no big deal. I'm not mad about it, right? And so I made plans to stay in Kissimmee, right? And then I happened to be driving up and I stopped at, because I knew I was going to get a migraine if I drank a little bit. So I was like, let me stop at the local CVS in St. Cloud and let me go ahead and get some Excedrin. I walk in, my dad's at the damn counter. I was like, what? What are you doing here? So then I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, look, they're not staying over anymore. Plans changed. You can come sleep at the house tonight if you need. I was like, I already made plans, but I appreciate it just in case. Keep the door open. Bro, I started driving to go down to Kissimmee at the end of this thing, and I made the first adult decision I think I've ever made after I drank. I got as far as like the Walmart, I think, maybe a little bit further. Okay. And I said to myself, I'm not.
So you were going to your friend's house? This girl?
Okay. Yeah. Over at the Walmart in Kissimmee.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I got to the Walmart in St. Cloud and I said to myself, I don't know. I don't need to drive. Like I don't need, like I could, but I don't need to do it. I made the first adult decision I've ever made drinking. And I turned around and went back to my dad's house and went to bed.
Okay. Look at you.
Very proud of myself.
Growing up.
Yeah. Then I wake up at 7 a.m. because everybody's supposed to be like up early and doing these things. I woke up at 7 a.m. supposed to go golfing with one buddy, called him. He didn't answer. So I called Kenny because he said he'd be down to go golfing, right? Motherfucker tells me he ain't going. I'm like, all right, fuck you. So then the person's house I was supposed to sleep at, her daughter told me she's supposed to be going to work at 10 a.m. So I'm like, this is like 7:30, 8 o'clock by now. So I'm like, oh, well, I told her I'd take her out to breakfast before she went to work. Right? Yeah. I call her up. She don't answer. So I hit up the person's house I was supposed to stay over because she's supposed to go to work. She didn't fucking answer. I was like, man, forget everybody. So I was like, screw this. And I drove home. Then my dumb ass, not realizing I drank as much as I did because I didn't feel it yet, decided I was going to go golfing alone when I got back home.
You got
out on the golf course. Worst mistake of my life.
Yeah, dehydrated.
Oh my God. That shit, that heat, it was humid as hell, hot as hell. And I just started making a downward spiral. I got through 9 holes and quit. Never quit golf in my life. I quit.
Damn. What you do? What was your score in 9 holes?
Oh, I even hit Chris up actually.
Oh, word?
Because he's coming back in town in a couple days or a couple weeks or like a week or whatever it is. And so I thought he might be back already. So I even hit his ass up like, hey, man, what you doing? You in town yet? He's like, nah, man, nah. So, oh, man. I was trying to find somebody. I was off. I was ready to go. I had energy. Yeah. I was still hungover, probably still half drunk. So I was ready to go. Man, by the time I got home after going golfing, dude, I didn't move off the couch the entire day.
Word?
Oh, yeah,
damn. That's some shit.
Yeah, and that was just one day. That wasn't even my vacation. So
how was your vacation?
Vacation was great. Got to see my niece graduate. So that was super tight. Yep. Congrats to her. She's going to be going to Hartford, Connecticut, college out there. Okay. So that's awesome for her. And then I got my other niece coming down to visit me in about a week or two. So that should be fun. I get another little vacation coming down the road. But had a great time. The day I got there, met up with a buddy and went golfing, got off the plane, got to the house, said hello, and changed and went golfing. So that was fucking awesome. Then I drank the next 3 days straight. And that was not as awesome because I stopped drinking for a while. And man, that shit kicked me. By graduation night, forget about it, dude. I was taking Jello shots. I was taking Fireball shots, tequila shots, drank a 6-pack.
Right back up.
Huh?
Your tolerance just ran right back up.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. I didn't throw up. Everybody else did. I got home, started drinking. I don't remember when we got home. So when I got back to the house, I don't remember shit. Like it was that wild. But then the next day was the day before I had another golf outing. So we went out to lunch because my buddy wanted to introduce me to his new girlfriend and stuff. And they're like, hey, let's have a beer and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm not drinking because I had to go play 36 holes the next day. So I was like, yeah, man, I've been drinking 3 days straight. I got really trashed the night before. I'm like, I can't do this.
Eesh. That's 2 games, right? 36 holes.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm just trying to keep it real. Oh my goodness. Bro, I was on vacation. Don't worry about my memes I post, dog. Shit. I'm still out here working hard. I worked from vacation. All I do is work hard. But yeah, that was and then I played one more round of golf. My niece's is pretty tight. My niece's boyfriend, not the one that graduated, the other niece. His dad is part of a private golf club. And you know how you ever see them on TV about New Jersey golf, like resorts, the pool clubs, like all the country clubs type shit. So I got to go out on one of those and play. It was awesome. It was different. You know, like they got balls set up. There's not a lot of people on the golf course because you have to be a member to play. Yeah. So like it wasn't busy at all. It was the middle of the afternoon. The venue was? Huh?
Did you check how much it was like to just become a member?
A member? I was talking to him. He said probably if he had a guess, anywhere between 20 to 25,000 a year.
Probably. A year.
Yeah. So I did the math. I'm like, so this is literally what I did with the kid. Because I was like, okay, so do the math. Let's say it's 20 grand. Let's take it on the light side, right? Yeah. At $20,000, and let's say on average it's $150 to play. Just throw out a reasonable golf amount, right? You got to play 133 times in order to make that money back.
Just to make the money back.
Yep.
But it comes with amenities, right? Or you have to. Oh, that's additional.
Well, I mean, you get access to the pool, the clubhouse, and the restaurant, and all that kind of stuff. Now, what he told me too is they charge you for food, so like you have to they'll charge you whether you eat or not, like $500 to $1,000 worth of food. So they try to so people go and eat there all the time because if not, you're gonna be paying for the food anyway. It's really weird how they do it.
Yeah. So, okay. Sounds like fun if you like golfing.
Oh yeah, it was a great time. Had a blast. Loved it. So, yep. But yeah, that was my vacation. So, I guess we can hop into a monster week of sports.
Yes, let's do it.
Gotta climb to the top, but we never gonna stop. When the low, yeah, we going high.
That's right. That's right. We're going to be talking about a lot of different sports things, and it's been 3 weeks since we've been on. So, it may be things that have already passed. But, here we go. So, let's start with the biggest topic. PGA, we've talked about that on the show.
Yeah, we did.
Fighting with Live Golf and their little controversy and everything. Well, the PGA decided to tuck and run, and they went ahead and they took a payout, and there's a merger. And the PGA basically said, screw you to every single person who stood behind it and backed it and said, we're taking the money. And the worst part is Rory McIlroy and those guys are still trying to defend the damn PGA golf. It's crazy.
Because they have to eat it up, bro. They had to. It's a business.
I mean, they ain't got to do shit at this point. Like, I'm sorry. If it's me, like, what are they going to do? They're not going to pull my toy card, right? Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? I'd be like, look, this is bullshit.
Didn't they kick out like Phil Mickelson and all these guys for joining Live? Yeah. And now they're back.
They're going to have to. They can't kick them out now
because they're making all this money. So they were the smart ones. They're like, fuck it, we taking this money. And on top of that, now they're part of PGA.
So Biden, you're okay. You're okay to know that the Saudi people are going to basically own golf now. Like, you're cool with that?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, they own the PGA Tour. The Saudis. They do.
They just kept the name. Yeah, smart people.
So it's crazy. Yeah. They're trying to get into these other sports too, man. It's only going to be a matter of time. They're going to own everything.
This is a country that if you have the money, you can buy anything.
So it was funny because somebody was talking about like the thing about it is the reason is like, think about it. When these Saudi people have so much money, it's unfathomable to think about the money they have to the point where they got so bored buying yachts and cars and jets and G3s and all this other shit. They're like, what the fuck do we do now? Let's buy a sport, not a sports team,
a league,
let's buy the entire sport. They bought golf. Like there's only one golf league. They bought the entire sport of golf.
But
that's how fucking crazy. Partnership. Yeah, partnership.
Yeah, okay. It's like, what else can we do?
Yeah. So it's just crazy to think.
So you know, a person that is making money off of it is Donald Trump also, because he had investment in it. Smart
did he?
man. Yeah, of course. He partnered up, and he partnered up with Live Sports, and he was also one of those people that was like pushing it. So, I mean, smart man, bro. When it comes to stuff like when it comes to making his money, he knows how to make his money.
Oh yeah, you know. So
money attracts money, bro. Sure. That's how it is.
Yeah. Other sports news, when we're talking about buying things, I don't know if you heard, but Michael Jordan is selling his shares of the Charlotte Hornets for just over $3 billion.
Jesus.
Yep. Now, there are rumors out there, and these are not necessarily accurate, but these are conspiracy theories, that he is selling it because he had a person that he was involved with so Michael Jordan's a gambler. It's been known, right?
Yeah.
And he has stupid money. So what was told, supposedly a rumor I saw out there, is that he went in on the GameStop failure and he lost big to the tunes of probably $500 million type of shit. And so what's happening is he's having to make these interest payments and these balloon payments on this money that's owed for getting screwed over on this GameStop investment.
Oh, to who? To the stock market?
To whoever. I don't know.
Whoever okay, so was he going with the against the hedge funds, he was betting on it to crash. Oh, so he was okay.
Okay. All right. And it didn't. When that whole shit happened, he lost supposedly to the tunes of $500 million. So what people are saying, the reason he's selling the team is because he doesn't want to lose all that money for all those balloon payments that he's making to pay back this debt. And now he's going to get $3 billion of liquid money that he can pay off that debt and be done with it.
That's with the money he makes.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but with the money he makes with Nike, but this is crazy.
But it's not liquid. It's not the same liquidity to be able to pay off $500 million. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know if it's true or not. Once again, it's just conspiracies.
Well, other news, other big sports news, especially if you're a kickball fan. This guy Messi's coming to Miami.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, he got an awesome deal, bro. The deal of all deals.
Can't be that great, or he would have been here earlier.
No. So basically, he turned down. I think they said that he turned down about $1 billion that Saudi Arabia was offering him to play. Do you know how they did with Ronaldo, right?
Yeah,
they did that. So he turned it down because they was just giving him a total of $1 billion, not one shot. But they didn't want to give him any exclusive deal. He came here. He cut a deal with MLS and Miami, where he takes a portion of the tickets. And then Miami also partner up with 3 big dogs, Apple, MLS, and Adidas, and they each give him a portion of whatever he sells. Like Adidas, his sneakers, he'll get a portion. Apple streaming, whenever the team is being played, he makes a portion off of that. And then the MLS gives him a portion of whatever, and then also with the right to own. Also with the right to buy a MLS team.
It's one of those things. As long as he produces the people,
of course,
then it's worth it, right?
You know, up from $40 to I think it went up $400, bro. Tickets immediately.
Well, listen, it's funny because speaking about Miami lost in NHL and NBA finals. Both those teams got beat.
Miami didn't play in the NBA in the finals, bro. In the hockey finals.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't, bro.
Panthers.
Just because it's South Florida does not mean it automatically goes to Miami.
Where else is South Florida? Where are they out of?
What
team is in South? Hold on. Name a single sports team in South Florida that's not in Miami.
South Tampa.
That's not South Florida. I have never heard of the Fort Lauderdale Panthers.
Well, what's the South Florida team? What is it?
What do you mean?
What's the name of it?
The Panthers. The Florida Panthers.
Okay, but that's not in Miami.
You want to bet?
No, because I have to double check it.
Yeah, do your research. Where else is it going to be?
I didn't think it was in Miami, but yeah, it was there in Miami. Yes, and then again, Butler didn't show up. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. He didn't show up. They got his ass kicked.
Who?
They did. Miami.
Which team?
Butler didn't show up.
Oh yeah, they did not.
Nope. But good for the Nuggets, bro.
I also heard he was hurt. There was things.
If he was hurt, then sit his ass down.
Miami metropolitan area.
Where?
That's where it says they play.
Where's it to play?
Sunrise, Florida, a town just west of Fort Lauderdale and just north of Miami.
Oh, see? Fort Lauderdale.
But that's where the stadium's located. There's still Miami base.
It's their home, bro. It's where the stadium's at. That's home.
Really? So we're the New Jersey Jets and the New Jersey Giants.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
It should be. It should be.
Fuck off.
Why is it so? Wait. That didn't hit me until now. The slow timing. The Jets are in New Jersey.
The Jets and Giants use the same stadium, bro.
They're in New Jersey. So it's not New York Giants. It's New Jersey Giants.
Do you know people were trying to sue when the teams were bad because of that? They didn't want them called New York anymore.
But they shouldn't if they're playing out of fucking in New Jersey.
Show me in New York where the fuck we're putting a stadium.
Where in New York?
Yeah.
There's one in the Bronx. There's a stadium there. It's called the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, show me where we're putting a football stadium.
Well, I mean, if there was room, trust me, they figure this out.
If there was room, they would have done it.
What is it called? Gentrify a fucking whole area and fucking knock it down after that, and then move everybody out like they do in every other city.
Listen, they're literally just across the river. Leave them alone.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna call you guys going forward. Thank you for the information. Going forward, I'm gonna call you guys the New Jersey Giants.
Go ahead. Call us what we want. We're still beating your ass.
It don't matter. New Jersey Giants. That makes sense. So, whatever. But what do you think of that? Of Butler's not showing up?
Like I said, he busted. He hurt his ankle. I mean, there was more to it. It wasn't just he didn't show up.
I'm pretty sure he was a lot more hurt. He wasn't fully healthy when he laid out to be.
He wasn't healthy. He wasn't healthy. I mean, it is what it is.
Now, are you with a person playing injured? Do you think it hinders the team, or do you think his presence is what only matters?
I think that without him, they wouldn't have even made the games close. They at least had close games. Without him, the games wouldn't have even been close.
If you see most of the games, bro, he was just laying back, passing the ball. He fucking passed the last ball to the wrong person.
Move. What do you want him to do?
To get off the fucking court.
He still was good enough to beat Boston.
That's why he got hurt. Yeah. That's why he got hurt.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
But by the way, he didn't do anything against Boston. It was actually Caleb Martin.
So why not talk shit about Caleb Martin not showing up?
He didn't show up either.
Yeah.
But then again, those guys, those franchises, they know about it, right? Butler's more consistent. That's why he's getting the big deal. Caleb Martin only showed up against Boston, didn't show up against the Nuggets.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So let's go to the next segment. Unless you have anything else on sports.
Trying to think if there's anything else about sports. No, not that I can think of. All right.
Let's talk about deep sea diving.
Let's go. Get in on it.
No, I'm kidding, because we're talking about the submarine.
Well, we can talk about it.
You know what?
Let's deep dive into the submarine.
It's not a laughing matter. There was 5 people that lost their lives.
Well, we don't know they did.
What do you mean you don't know they did?
Do you find a body?
Bro, with that intense heat after that explosion, there's not going to be nothing left.
What explosion?
Implosion.
What implosion?
What do you mean, what implosion? It imploded.
How do you know that? Show me.
Because
show me evidence.
They showed it, the remains today. They would pull out the remains.
Oh, they found them?
Of the pieces, yeah. Of the Titan.
I didn't hear about that. Where did they find them? I don't know about that. That's what I'm saying. Last thing I knew, they just couldn't find them.
No, they found the pieces and everything. That's how they confirmed that there was implosion, because they found a debris around around the Titanic, around the area of the Titanic, but didn't even. I think it just fucking floated down there. But they found pieces. They were recovered. They recovered the pieces today.
Could have been staged.
You and your conspiracy. As much as I love conspiracies, as much as I love them, I don't think it was staged. You know what it is, Biden? I sent him the article. He was busy at work today. Him running that building, I'm pretty sure is really, really busy. So he didn't get. I'm making up an excuse for him just in case, you know.
Yeah. That's true, though. I couldn't look at it. But first of all, I don't know. I mean, we don't know for I'm a conspiracy person, right? You heard about the conspiracy of the Titanic, right? You've heard about that?
Nope.
You never heard about the conspiracy of the Titanic?
Never heard of it.
Wow. So all the richest, wealthiest bankers and all these people were all scheduled to go onto the Titanic.
Okay.
And what was happening at the same time, they were trying. There was one guy who was above everybody else in the banking world, right? And they wanted to create this Federal Reserve, this like centralized system and everything like that, right?
Okay.
So suddenly, the day before, the day of, all these people, the JP Morgan, Rockefeller, like all these people involved in this stuff, they all backed out and didn't go on the boat. But the one person who was opposing this movement, this Federal Reserve movement, right? Mm-hmm. And the couple people who was opposing it were still on the Titanic. And there's a conspiracy that the boat was purposely sank in order to allow for the movement to be done. The Federal Reserve movement.
It's so stupid. So because of one person, they sank a whole ship.
But you have to understand, this one person was that rich and had that much influence that they could boycott and keep away everything from happening. Yeah.
On top of JP Morgan, Rockefeller, on top of all those guys, he had more.
He had more clout.
He had more influence than them.
He was the richest person in the world at the time.
And so they decided to sink everybody and him with it.
So you're telling me the government?
You're telling me that they could have just gone in there and fucking assassinated him in the ship, but they just wanted to take the whole ship down.
Well, there's probably other people they're looking to fucking get rid of. Because here's the thing, right? This is the part that's crazy. So you're telling me the wealthiest person on Earth at the time couldn't get into a lifeboat?
Yeah, of course he could have.
But why didn't he?
Maybe they killed him maybe they assassinated him.
Okay, and how do you get away with the assassination?
If I'm entertaining a conspiracy, maybe they assassinated him. And they used the sinking of the ship.
Powers to be have blown up whole towns for one person. Right?
That is true. That is true.
You're telling me
we have seen that. You're right. You have a point there, Chris. And then they call it casualty of wars. I get that, but yeah.
I'm just saying, man. I'm not saying I believe the conspiracy. I'm just saying.
But that's the thing about conspiracy. They're very entertaining, and they'd be like, "Oh, wait a minute!" That
all of a sudden we have another series of rich people who suddenly,
brother. But that's a funny thing about that. I told the wife. She was the one who introduced it to me. She was like, "Oh, did you hear about this and this and that?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I told her, "You want to have some fun? Do a research of every one of those persons that got in that submarine, and then tell me a background check on them, and I'll tell you what conspiracy is going to follow right after." And then she was like, "You think so? I'm not going to waste my time like that." I'm like, "Okay." So I didn't either. But anyways, 5 people in there, bro. 5 people in there, and now it was the 70th trip. So they have done 70 trips, right? So it has succeeded before, right? So they're like, oh shit, this shit's gonna work. And then all of a sudden, boom, done.
Yeah, that's why there's a conspiracy, right? That's why those things happen. How is it that every other time was fine until you get these specific people and all of a sudden now there's a malfunction?
Well, we don't know what these people are and what influence they had in the world. So that's why I'm pretty sure it stands out there. I'm pretty sure it is out there, who they were and what power they have in the world. Supposedly the sun was supposed to do the.
By the way, he said 7, not 70th. They've only did it 7 times.
No, I heard it was 70.
I'm just telling you what Biden's saying.
Okay, I could be wrong.
You could be.
I could be wrong. I've known to be wrong on the show. Tons. Look at my accent.
I don't talk about politics on the show.
Tons of times.
Because I don't want to disappear one day.
But the crazy thing about it is that the kid wanted to break the underwater record with the Rubik's Cube. He wanted to do the Rubik's Cube.
That's what probably did it.
Well, it's not a laughing matter. He lost his life. Yeah, but think about the science behind that shit, bro. It's just crazy. They say that it happened so fast you couldn't see it. They never seen it coming. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
mean, that's
sad.
a hell of a way to go. Like that's
It is.
not, yeah.
People always say, "Oh, they die fast." Okay, I understand that, and they didn't see it coming. But could you imagine on the way
They
down?
don't die that fast.
Yeah, look, I mean, you have to know something's going on, and it's not like you're like boom. No, something has to happen between there and that, where you have to panic.
Oh, 100%.
It's just like when they say, "Well, if an airplane goes down, you die fast." Yeah, I get it, but it takes about 7 to 8 minutes, depending on the height, from the sky to hit the floor.
They don't just be like, "Hey guys, everything's good," and then you hit the ground.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally. And think about just normal life, like things that sometimes are like near life experiences, and you're like, "Wow, everything slowed down." It felt like it took forever, dude. It could feel like hours of them fucking plummeting to the ground. Crazy.
Yeah, bro. It's just crazy. Bro, it's just, but what is this infatuation when going to see the Titanic? That shit is deep.
Because they're trying to
12,000 feet, bro.
They're trying to drum up the conspiracy of why it went down.
You know what it is? They're looking for that purple heart, the purple diamond, the blue diamond.
But she already has it.
Yeah, she threw it back, bro. She threw it back.
Yeah, but it wasn't at the Titanic. She threw it back somewhere else.
Maybe it floated and went back to the ghost of the Titanics.
Yeah,
He went back over there.
Wow, you never know, I guess, right? What can you do?
Yeah.
That shit is crazy, though.
Yo, so let's talk about, I don't know if you're going to segue it, but I'm just going to throw it out there.
I was going to, but you go ahead.
But go ahead. Segue.
No, go ahead. No. I like this new Lewis. She had the show set up, ready to go. Segueing.
Bro, I'm telling you, I missed doing this, bro.
It was a blue diamond, not purple. Blue.
I thought it was purple, but then I'm also colorblind, stupid. What else? I'm all of
You're
the
all
above.
the things. Yeah.
Listen, yo. So like, we got a lot of feedback on the off the show. Like, hey, what's up? You guys haven't been on, so there's people that want to see the show too that they probably don't tune in or they watch it after because they're like, yo, you haven't been on for a while. I'm like, I know, but Checkman's on vacation. I was doing something over here, so
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
We don't have. But wait, we don't get that much live viewers, but there are people that watch it and miss it. So we got to cater to them. Yeah. Thank you, everybody that watches this now and who watches this after. So anyway, back to the main topic. So I sent you the article. You probably didn't read it. So Home Depot settled a lawsuit where they have to pay $72 million to around 272,000 employees for standing around. So basically what they were doing is having the employees punch out, but they couldn't leave the building yet because I guess they weren't ready to close. You know how like you ever like close the building and then the employees just sitting there waiting. So instead of sitting where, hey, you off the clock yet? They're like, no, so punch out. And then they don't get to leave.
Why not just let them leave?
I know, but I guess they weren't doing that. They got hit with that.
Well, that's just stupidity. So
it is stupidity, but bro, it cost them $72 million, and that's just a settlement. That's not even counting lawyer fees, bro.
This is the thing that kills me is that they were doing this. This had to have been a company mandated directive.
Of course,
you aren't allowed to let them leave. You're holding them hostage, and they can't be paid. Like who the fuck does? Like you deserve it.
Who does that?
Who does that?
I don't know, but they get a piece of the settlement now.
It's not about depending on location. Procedure
right.
is hey,
because the lawsuit. He's right because the lawsuit was in California, so they have different laws. Strict in Florida, you can't do that shit. Florida, they don't give a fuck because Florida's a work for hire type of shit. Hey, you get fired, a fucking company has more rights here than the fucking person working. But in California, it's all about the labor.
This was only employees in California.
I'm not saying only in California because I think that's where the lawsuit happened, and
my point is this: like I understand this happened.
Listen, 272,000 can't be just that much Home Depot in California.
But this is my point. What you're not understanding, right? This had to be a company mandated directive.
Yeah, I can see.
Mm-hmm. Because here's the thing: who in their right mind would say, "Hey, you're done for the day. No, I'm not going to let you leave." Like. What kind of company directive is that you set up and be like, excuse me, company policy is you can't go home until I say you go home, but you also can't be on the clock. Like
I know isn't that so stupid? Like that's
dude, but you're done working, you get to go. If not, then you stay clocked in.
Yeah, but that is just dumb leadership, bro. It can't be just company day. Hey, listen, you guys are done. Go home. I'm not going to pay you.
I get it, but with that many employees, you're telling me that many leaders across the country all thought the same thing? No, that's a company directive.
Of course, but like I'm pretty sure they said this. If it was me, I would have been like, listen, you guys are done. Go home. Don't waste your time here.
What is my thought on 2-week notices? I think that they need to be given and screw everybody who doesn't do it. Plain and simple.
You believe? I'm a strong believer of 2 weeks notice too.
Yeah,
and you work for those 2 weeks.
Because here's the thing, and the reason why it's 2 weeks is that normally speaking, your schedule is made 2 weeks in advance, right?
Yeah.
So I will say this: it's not about the time frame, Chris. It's about not leaving the job hanging. And if the schedule's been made, and they're relying on you to work, I think you have an obligation to be there and to work. If the schedule's not made and they're making it like on a Thursday for a Sunday, then that's different.
Yeah. I mean,
I get it, but this is the difference. So
that is true.
I get it, but here's the difference. If I go to you and I say, hey, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be fired, I'm going to be letting you go. Are they going to cause a problem? Or are they going to that's the thing. Are they going to be that employee that be like, fuck that, I'm not showing up? Or are they going to be that employee say, no, because if they don't show up, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but what if they're that employee? They're going to give shit and like if you work retail, stealing shit for 2 weeks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'd worry about. Oh, I'm going to be I'm going to cause problems for the coworkers. I'm going to cause problems for the that. That's why you can't give notice to an employee. You're going to fire him, Chris, because what the hell are you going to do? They're going to be oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I can cause all these problems and all this shit for the next 2 weeks. You don't want that mess,
and
bro.
it's also case by case scenarios.
The government does the same thing. When you get discharged from the army, I don't think they'd be like, hey, in 2 weeks, we're going to ask you to, we're going to discharge you, by the way, but we need you to go and continue to fight for us for the next 2 weeks before we discharge you and kick you out, even though you want to stay.
Here's one thing that I think sucks, and I think it stinks, right? Somebody that it's happened to me years back where I was working and I was being released. They waited for me to return to end my shift to then tell me, hey, I got to sit down and talk to you. And then
I won't do. I won't. And then they
tell me, you're no longer working with us. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to let you go. I'm like, why couldn't you tell me that at the beginning of my shifts? I could have just fucking gone home instead of closing. It's like,
that's different.
Think that part is shitty.
Yeah, that is a leadership choice because any time that I've had the unfortunate situation, as soon as they walk in, I tell them.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm sorry. It's, so.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. So. Yeah, I would never do that to an employee, bro. No. I would not let him work the whole day and then release him. That's
I've always said I'm going to treat people like I want to be treated.
Yep.
I can't, I understand in business, I can't be told ahead of time. But also, like you said, don't have me out here busting my ass all day, or even if I'm not busting my ass, don't have me here all day to tell me at the end of the day, by the way, you're done. I don't want to deal with that.
So since we're on the work topic, right, about working and the labor stuff, do you agree what's happening now? Because now things are changing, right? Before in our generation, we like to build tenures in companies. Now, kids, this generation are just moving. Hey, I'm going to work here. Get skill sets. Skill sets. It's an actual commodity. So you learn the trade here. Boom, leave. Then you let. Do you agree with that shit happening?
So it depends on the companies, right? Like retail, fast food companies like that. Absolutely, 100% on board.
2 years, a year max, or what do you think?
I'm good with all that. If it's depends on the type of work, right? For retail stuff like that, fast food, grocery, whatever you want to call it, those types of jobs, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, the company isn't going to give you back the tenure that you're trying to get, right? The company doesn't give two shits at any moment. Done, right? Now, if you're in a Lockheed Martin or certain professions, then yes, I think that is bad. You have to look at the type of job, profession you're in. If it's a profession that keeps people for a long period of time,
like nursing field and all that,
then that's different, right?
Yeah.
But for the companies that are willing to just, you're done,
let you go on a dime.
because they're doing a restructure and a reorg, and then I don't think it's wrong for somebody to make sure I'm going to get out while the getting's good, and I'm going to use what I got from you to better myself, because guess what? Now I got 2 more years, hopefully, that I don't get it. What's up, Steve? How you doing, Mr. Canadian? So I do think it's a little different that way. I don't mind it. I don't hate it.
Yeah, because I was actually reading a book about that, and it was talking about how change is happening and how right now you have AI doing shit, right? That are doing people's job. You have robots like in the Amazon. Distribution centers, there's robots that move a lot of all that shit. So there goes the human part of it. So you have to learn you have to be one of those people that have to learn, willing to learn new shit and move on. And that's the way things are.
I look at it like this. People don't, and it's one of those old adages, right? One person ruins it for everybody.
Yeah.
The reason why companies go that way is because of all the lazy bastards who don't want to show up. Right. So what's Amazon supposed to do? They continue to hire people, and then they call out. They don't want to come in. They work slow. They don't, you know what I mean? Like all these other things that go on when you're dealing with the human variable. Or do they want to guarantee the consumer the promise they made? Right. Do they want to guarantee them, hey, you will get this package on this date because we have these machines who aren't going to call out on us and aren't going to show up? Now, could they break down? Yep. So is there possibility for stuff? Sure. But the variables are less usually.
Yeah, I was part of this discussion on Facebook years ago, and they were talking about that, about the self-checkouts and all that, and they were talking about they're gonna take your jobs. And I'm like, listen, it's okay, bro. I'm a type of person that if a machine does take my job, I'm gonna be that person who's gonna learn how to fix the machine when it breaks down. They'll call me to fix the machine. So like you always gotta adapt, right, and move forward. And that's the way it should be done, right? The crazy thing about it is that you're right about that. There's that variable of the human that it's going to give you 100% one day, and the other percent it's not going to give you. The most people that do 100% all the time usually are the entrepreneurs, the people who are driven. Yeah. There ain't too many in the workforce that are like that. There are people that do bust their ass every day. Yes, there is people that do that, especially depending on the labor they do. I was watching this video on farming, right? That's back-breaking labor, and they get treated like if it's not shit.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that didn't help with this AI stuff was the COVID time, right? Think about all the companies that had to shut down because they couldn't bring people into the building to run the operation. Now, think about if it was ran by machines and you only need one person or 2 people there for maintenance at a time. Like those companies may still been open. They may not have lost you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like there's a lot of variables out there. Like I'm not pro machine by any means, but I'm also don't think that people need to look in the mirror if they're wondering why this stuff happens.
Yeah, of course. The hardest thing is though, is missing the human element, right? I've dealt with people over the phone when I'm like trying to return something, and then some people just don't care, bro. And you just hang up and then call again. I'm like, fuck that. I didn't like what this person, I don't like the answer they gave me. You call another person, and until you finally get that one person that actually cares about what you're going through and is willing to help you, or tells you, sorry, that just doesn't go that way. But they showed you more empathy, and then you'd be like, okay, you know what? I can accept that answer because the other person didn't even look like they want to try.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that happens over the phone. It does happen in person too, but over the phone, now you have robots doing shit. And then you have people doing customer service, and even that, there's some people just don't get that right.
Yeah.
And that's the part that sucks.
It does. It's a tough situation out there, but this is the reality we live in, man. This stuff is coming quick. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm telling you, I was just talking to somebody the other day about we're getting to the age, you and I, where the movies we grew up with were depicting the future, right? Back to the Future and what was it? Demolition Man, right? Those types of movies, right?
Yeah. We're
living in the times that those movies predicted, and it's nothing like that. But yet it's starting to, I feel like we could be going to the actual beginning stages of that, right? Like Demolition Man was supposed to, I think it was 2036, which is not far away, right? They talked about the fast food wars and Taco Bell being the last survivor.
The only survivor.
Yeah, right. And stuff. And, all these things. And like, man, like, yeah, it's not happening in the way or in the time frame that these movies predicted, but it doesn't mean we're still not going towards those things. Right.
Yeah.
Apple's got their new toy out to get people out of reality and into the, so.
Bro, I'm excited about that shit, bro.
Telling you.
I'm excited about that shit.
Remember, just buy 2. You need somebody to play with, dog. You need somebody. You don't want to do it alone. And think about it. We could be recording the show with virtually
live. Yeah. Where we go. GenerationShock live on VR.
VR. I could be sitting on my couch. GenerationShock VR. What up? Telling you.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Anything else you want to add? It was good to be back to catch up.
No, that's all I got for now.
It was good to see
ready for
the usuals, Chris, Biden, Steve. Thank you guys for showing up on every time we go live.
Yep. I know they missed us. I know I was getting hit up. What are you doing? When are you guys going on? You haven't been on in forever. I was like, I know, man. Life is crazy. And like, I'm going to try to get on the week that my niece is in town because I'm doing a staycation. So I should be able to hopefully do a show that week. So
I think we should go maybe twice a month. So every 2 weeks. So like that, we can gather enough information where every 2 weeks we can
I think what we do is I think we just maybe have to evaluate it week by week. Cause if there's something to talk about, like, I don't want to wait,
course. There's time. Oh, I was thinking about this. What do you think? Now, I'm going to pitch this out there to everybody that's watching also and you. There's times that you just want to, holy shit, this just happened. I think we should just fucking go live immediately on social media and be like, hey, this is my thoughts on this and that. This is just a little bit of snippet of what we're going to talk about. This is how we feel. We'll see you next weekend, this and that. I think, like, bro, that's because that messy deal, I was like, shit, I wanted to just jump on and talk about that shit. The fucking the Titan going to submarine. I just wanted to jump on and this is live and I just wanted to talk some shit.
You got Instagram, no one's stopping you.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna start doing that shit. I just gotta be aware of what I'm wearing. I'm gonna start doing shit from my car, bro. When I park, so that I start doing that shit, live shit. Here, live from.
I don't think I got anything else.
Of Taco Bell.
Yeah. I don't think I got anything else at the moment other than
any FOH.
Oh man, if I would have prepared, I'm sure I got a dozen different FOHs out there.
Yeah, but I didn't have anything. I was like, man, what did I do? There's
a lot of things that I was like, fuck out of here.
It's mostly venting the shit that has happened, but I can't bring a lot of that shit up, so I'll save that for another day.
Yeah, you can't talk about work shit. That's what you mean.
No, I'm not. It wasn't even work.
No. I'm trying to think. I'm sure there's a FOH out there for me.
You realizing that it was so close to your house, 5-0, nothing?
No, nothing. Okay. I mean, like I said, I'm sure I have something, but I can't think of it. I didn't prepare for it. That's for sure.
All right, so let us go.
All right. Well, I guess that's all we have for tonight, ladies and gents. Thank you all for tuning in. It was a great time. It was a lot of fun. Did Nelly ever announce it was a girl?
No. Well, yeah, they did on thing when he did the reveal
on Instagram. Oh, that's right. Well, for those of you who don't watch this on Instagram, it is official. Nelly's gonna have a baby girl, so we went to the baby shower, had a lot of fun. Did they open presents in front of us? They didn't, did they?
No. Did you get your souvenir?
I got my souvenir, but I was wondering.
I thought it was pretty cool, the little Jordan boxes.
Yes, that was actually very dope. I was trying, but I had Adidas on.
I expected little Jordans in there, but there was little shots.
Yeah, I mean, I had Adidas on those, so I didn't know it was a Nike theme. But my question was like, I wanted to know, I wanted to see what the thing I bought them looked like.
Oh, I did. I just gave them a gift card because I'm like, I don't know what to buy them.
Yeah, I will say, fuck out of here for not getting an invite to the beach when I was off on Sunday.
They went to the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. That was the FOA.
Yeah. Fuck out of here, Nelly. You watching this shit, dog?
I did see it on social media. I did see it on Instagram. They did go to the beach.
I know, and it looked like a good time. Karaoke on the car drive over. Freaking, they had a tent and a table, like the whole 9 yards, but no invite.
Yeah,
dirty dogs. All right. Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Nope.
Nope.
Deuces.
Right. Deuces. Till next week.
We got the right stuff.